We are back with some more Colts franchise, and it's been a very, very long time since we've recorded, but we finally have a Super Bowl winner, and we're getting headed into our off season. A ton of trades have went through. Myself, I've made a few trades. So it's going to be a kind of a longer video here. We're going to be talking about. We're going to be wrapping up, all the awards, how my team did their first season, who won the Super Bowl, trades that went through, some off-season plans. So it's going to be a little bit. So bear with me there. But first things first, we will get to see who won the Super Bowl. Obviously, we got smacked down by the Raiders. Just an unfortunate game, 38-13. I think I showed this too as well before I played. Dallas beat the Saints 38-34. The Seahawks beat the Chicago Bears 31-26, and the Ravens 66-48 to the Denver Broncos. Conference championship. Trey, he's just an animal. 52-37 beats the Raiders. The new Cowboys user, he was in Pandora, and I think he just switched over, and now he's just in Legacy because Dallas is his favorite team in real life. So I think he's just in Legacy now. But beat the Seahawks 49-10, and the upset of the century, he knocks off Trey 39-28. So the first Super Bowl winner of this Madden is the Dallas Cowboys, and he just took ship in the playoffs. He started in the playoffs, either Week 17 or the wild card was his first game, and just had a magical run, and here he is with our first Super Bowl winner. Definitely thought Trey would have won that matchup, but, it's any Sunday crazy things can happen. So Trey loses. Dallas, we'll take a look at some stats. I guess we could show you some stats. Dallas had a big second half there. He had 11 and 14 in the third and the fourth. I think he threw a couple. Oh, he didn't throw picks. Why did I think he threw a couple picks? I tuned into this game for a little bit. Dak threw 2 picks. Lamar running like crazy. Look at that, 11 for 129. Even Dobbins ran well. I'm surprised. How do you lose that? Must have been some big plays that he gave up or something. Yeah, 2 for 79, 3 for 120. Interesting. Okay. Well, shit happens, I guess. That is that. We'll go and move over to our transactions real quick. And you're going to see a spoiler for one of my... or actually, I can go like this. Here, let's do this so you don't see one of my trade spoilers. We'll get into that in a second. Go to the Colts. So the people that I decided to re-sign in the final stage were both my tight ends. Mo Alley-Cox, he won in 3 years, and so did Colby. So both of them won at the same time. Really not that much money. So Mo I was able to get for 3 years, $11.3 million, and Colby 3 years, $8.1 million. So both of them here for the long haul, or at least a good portion of the series. And we'll have to see what happens once those 3 years are up. See if where we want to go with them. Mo will be in his 30s by then. So maybe, but if Mo's beast, then maybe we keep him. We'll just have to see. I did actually want to re-sign a couple other guys, but they decided they wanted to test free agency. Obviously, Marlon would let him go. T. Wyatt let him go. Justin decided not to re-sign him. He regressed a couple overalls. T. Wyatt was like a 90 or something, and he's an 85 now. So I'm happy I didn't re-sign him. Justin went down like 2, no fill-up. I decided I'm not going to re-sign Danico Autry. There's a couple defensive tackles in the offseason that I'm looking at to try to make a play for. So I'm going to let him walk. He's 31. He's getting up there in age. Zach, we already knew I wasn't re-signing. Xavier Rhodes and TJ Carey. I tried re-signing both of them. I think I gave Rhodes like a 1 year, like $2.12 million, and then I gave him like 2.1, and they both rejected. And so I was like, well, fuck, dude. I mean, I'm not going to franchise. I mean, look, TJ Carey, yeah, let's pay him $15 million. No, we're not paying these people $15 million. So both of them will be walking, unfortunately. Xavier Rhodes made some plays in the playoffs for me, so I might come back his way in the offseason, pick him up just as some depth, because he actually really didn't do too bad for us. He actually made some critical plays in the playoffs and later on in the season. And Marcus Johnson, we already knew these guys. All these guys we already knew I wasn't going to re-sign. I'm glad I got the tight ends. I wish I would have got like Xavier Rhodes at least. Then I'd be a little bit more happy. But the main focus, my throat's just starting to give out, sorry. The main focus was to get the tight ends back on board, and I got them both back, so those are squared away. We'd love to see that. And let's go through some trades first here. Whoever put the trades in Discord decided not to put first names, and sometimes they put first names, sometimes they put last names, so bear with me here, but we're going to breeze through all of them in legacy that we've had so far. So the Dolphins sent cornerback, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, Igbiano, I have no clue how to say that man's name, to the Cardinals for their free safety, Thompson. There's both of our trades. We'll get to those in a second. The Jets send Seattle. The Jets send a Seattle first-round pick and a 2022 first-round pick to Cleveland for OBJ. So the Cleveland Browns getting 2 first-round picks this year and next year in exchange for OBJ. So OBJ on the move to the New York Jets. That is a very, very interesting trade there. The Washington football team sends Ioannidis and a 2021 fourth-round pick to the Denver Broncos for right guard Risner and tight end Albert O. And I believe that guy's a rookie, or he's super young, I think, and a 2022 third. Another interesting trade here between the Jacksonville Jags, so this will affect us a little bit here. The Washington football team is sending Dwayne Haskins, a 2021 third-round pick, and a 2022 first-round pick to Jacksonville. And Jacksonville is sending Gardner Minshew and their first-round pick this year. So we will be having to take on Dwayne Haskins. The Jags user went 4-2, had a disappointing season. Didn't believe in Gardner, and trying to get some more throw power in Dwayne Haskins. We'll see how it pays out for him. The Jets are also sending Jamison Crowder to Detroit for a 2021 fourth-round pick. Just getting rid of some... No reason to have Jamison Crowder when you got Odell in town, I guess. Arizona sends 2021 first and a 2022 first, and wide receiver Kirk Cousins and cornerback Patrick Peterson to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Bucs send back wide receiver Mike Evans and a 2022 second-round pick. So, the Cardinals now have Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and Mike Evans. I mean, and Kenyon Drake, Chase Edmonds out of the backfield. That's scary. That is going to be a little scary. Here's another trade that affects us. I'm actually kind of happy about this. The Cleveland Browns send a 2021 second-round pick and a 2022 third-round pick to Houston, and the Houston Texans ship out J.J. Watt. So we don't got to deal with J.J. Watt twice this season, which is nice. Cleveland also sends Sheldon Richardson and a 2021 fourth-round pick to the New England Patriots for N'Keal Harry. Here's another crazy trade. This actually might affect us because there is coming in our... Well, actually, he stays in our conference. But the Kansas City Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers send 2020 first-round pick, 2020 second-round pick, and a 2021 first-round pick. Chiefs looking ahead at the future. He probably can't re-sign with their current cap. He probably has no room to re-sign Tyreek Hill. And this is the draft to replace him because there's like a million brilliant first and second round talent wide receivers. So I'm sure that's what he's thinking on that one. So Tyreek Hill going to the Steelers, which is interesting because the Steelers, we have our old Steelers user last Madden had Mecole Hardman on his team for a good portion of that, and he actually just joined back a little bit ago. And his first day here traded for Tyreek Hill. So him and Chiefs got these 99 chem with their trades. The 49ers sent D Ford and a 2021 fourth-round pick to the Bucs. The Bucs sent a 2021 second-round pick. The 49ers also sent Quan Alexander and a 2021 fifth-round pick and a 2021 sixth-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys for a second-round pick in 2021 and a third-round pick in 2021. The Miami Dolphins send their 2021 first-round pick to Kansas City, and Kansas City sends their 2021 first, their 2022 second, defensive tackle Nadi, I think that's how you say his name, and free safety Snead. So the Chiefs went all in. I believe that Miami pick is the third pick in the draft, so very interesting to see the Chiefs pick. I'm assuming there must be like a receiver that he really wants, so he trades up to make sure he can get that receiver. The Oakland Raiders sent a 2021 first-round pick to Dallas for Tyron Smith. So the Raiders, they already have a beastly O-line since we played them twice. You've seen their O-line. And it gets even better with Mr. Smith coming to town. The Rams, this was kind of a crazy one. The Rams send quarterback Jared Goff to the Patriots for a 2021 second-round pick. So the Rams just bailing ship on Jared Goff. He's like, fuck it, man, I'm out of here. Detroit sends cornerback Desmond Trufant and a 2021 third-round pick to Tampa for a 2021 second and 2021 fourth-round pick. So I'm assuming that's Yeah, 1 round pick there. The Dallas Cowboys sent Tony Pollard to the Jets for a 2023. You'll find out later on the Jets traded Lev Bell, so that's why he went and traded for Tony Pollard, which Lev Bell had a crazy season, so I'm surprised he wanted to get rid of him. I guess he just didn't want to pay that money, not too sure. The Ravens sent Mark Ingram to the Arizona Cardinals for a 2022 conditional pick, so I'm assuming depending on where the Ravens lie, he either gets a 5th or a 6th, just depends. That's something cool that we can do here. We can do conditional picks. Don't see it happen too much, but we can, do them here. There's a shitload of trades that were made, guys. It's always crazy in the first because everyone's like trying to, make their deals and get their team going. The Washington football team sends Bryce Love and their first overall pick and a 2022 second round pick to the Carolina Panthers. And the Panthers sent DJ Moore and a 2022 third. So the Washington football team now has Antonio Gibson out of the backfield. I think Logan Thomas is still there. Now they got DJ Moore and Terry McLaurin. That's looking brilliant there. But he does have Gardner, no Dwayne Haskins. So we'll see what he decides to do with his quarterback situation there. And that is all the trades that were made so far. I have made 2 trades. So according to the rules, I'm allowed 1 more trade in this second season here. I actually had 3 trades, but the third one fell through last second. So we got 2 confirmed, done. I guess we'll get into that. We'll do that now. I guess we'll go ahead and get into that now. The first trade I made with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is the old Steelers guy I was talking about. Me and him have made quite a bit of trades. Me and him got 99 trade chem, and I thought this was a good opportunity. I'm trading my second round pick. I already traded my first round pick this year, or my second round pick this year for Jabril, but I'm trading my next year's second round pick for wide receiver Deontay Johnson. I'm a big Deontay Johnson fan. With T.Y. leaving, that leaves us with these 3 to lead the pack. Pittman out wide, Deontay Johnson also out wide, Paris in the slot. I think it's a really, really solid young core. I mean, Paris got the speed. We got the height advantage here from Michael Pittman. Then we just got the just possession guy right here, Deontay Johnson. 25 years of age, is 78 overall, star development. I'm a big Deontay Johnson fan in real life. I think the dude's a monster, and to trade a second round pick for him, why not? Why wouldn't I? The dude's a freaking monster. Only thing that's bad is, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even notice this until after I made the trade, so hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt me, is he has the drops passes trade. So we'll have to see what, I don't know why he has the drops passes trade. Dude balls out with Ben, but in real life. But he has it. He has a lot of other good traits as well, but good speed, good catching. Route running's not crazy good, but it's not bad. His release is a little rough. Change of directions at a 90 basically. If he doesn't pan out, it is what it is. He's cheap. He's really, really cheap. If we look at his contract, we have 2 seasons with him. And so that's what I was kind of thinking, that he's just a cheap option. I don't have to re-sign him. He's got 2 years left. $3 million, that's nothing. If he does work out like I'm hoping he does, then great. We can re-sign him, and this could be the 3 wide receivers we have for years to come with Johnson, Pittman, and Paris Campbell. If it doesn't work out, we can get out. I think it's a win-win for us. We obviously have talked about a couple videos here that how this wide receiver class is loaded from 1st round to 7th round. If it wasn't as loaded, I think I wouldn't have made this trade, and I would have probably drafted a guy in one of the earlier rounds to get a replacement at wide receiver for T.Y. But because it's so deep, I think there's some talent in the later rounds that I can get to put behind these guys to develop. And say Deontay doesn't work out, we start throwing in the rookie here, maybe one of our rookies pops, and then he can take Deontay's spot later on throughout the season. So that's kind of my outlook on it. I think it's a good move for both of us. Steelers trying to clear up some cap, I'm pretty sure, and I'm get a solid wide receiver for cheap. Second round pick, that's brilliant. The other trade we made, so here is what I really wanted to invest this offseason, is we need a better pass rush. We need it so bad. it needs to be better. So I have to make some moves. I mean, it can't be Buckner doing everything. Buckner literally did everything on my pass rush, and we got to get some guys out there that can help. So here's the trade we made with the Seattle Seahawks. He just hasn't accepted it yet in game. I'm trading Tyquan Lewis. He was third on our depth chart at defensive tackle, which means we'll be losing 2 defensive tackles. But like I said, there's some guys in the offseason that I'm looking at to replace them with. And a 4th-round pick this year for Shaquem Griffin. I don't know why it says he is 68 overall. He's definitely not. But I think we just need he's only going to be coming in on passing down situations. I'm not going to put him in, like, obviously if I'm in like a 4-3 and I think it's going to be a run, I choose like a run formation. You know, I'm not going to be out here trying to put in Shaquem. But we have to do something to help out. We have to. Buckner draws a lot of attention. I'm sure a lot of the good users are double teaming him most of the time. And if they're not, I mean, he's basically getting double teamed every time. So my thought process, he's going to be switched to defensive end, and on third downs and stuff, maybe Buckner draws a lot of attention. Shaquem can just utilize his speed and get to the quarterback. I mean, I have to bring in. There's actually a couple people either in the draft that and that's another reason why I went with the Deontay Johnson trade. Is there's a couple people in the draft I'm looking at that I might pick with that 1st-round pick to bolster up the front 7, because we got to get better pass rush. If we don't get it better, we could have one of the best defenses in the league. Our defense was like top 5 already, but I mean, we got to figure out the pass rush. And stopping the run, really, both those. Because playing Derrick Henry twice, we got to have big boys up front to help that. But Shaquem Griffin, it's going to be an interesting player to use. He's got some pretty decent trades: strip ball, spin move, high motor, swim move. He's got some decent stuff going on over there. Okay finesse moves, but the speed is really what I'm looking at. I want him to just utilize that one-on-one, just try to speed around people, and maybe Buckner's drawn a lot of attention to get in there. He's not going to be an every down type of player like how Teray is on the other side, or at least so far. I don't know what I want to do with Teray yet, but I'm going to move Shaquem around on the line on each side and try to I need to generate some pass rush. So that was the thought process there. I got to bring in talent to help out because Justin Houston's obviously leaving. He didn't really do much in the pass rush either. So I'm hoping with DeForest Buckner being a monster and drawing all that attention, Shaquem, and then I'm probably going to bring in another guy or two on the end just because we need help. We need help. We got to figure out a way to generate more pass rush. And that is that for the trade so far. We'll go look at our team stats here, and we'll talk about how I think our team did. So quarterback, Jacob Eason, he had a pretty good rookie season. You can't really complain for him. He threw for 4,681 yards, 295 passes completed out of 500, probably a little too high, I would say. 37 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. Pretty similar to Daniel Jones' rookie year or numbers that I had my first season with Daniel last Madden. A lot of picks. The picks obviously went down, touchdowns went up as we progressed, Daniel. But I think Jacob played pretty damn good. We got him to star development with the tokens. And in one season, he went from a 63 overall to a 74. So he's currently a 74 overall. He went up 11 overalls in just one season. So I think it was definitely the right decision to play him and not play like a Phillip Rivers and try to win a ring year one. Obviously, I was trying to win a ring year one with Eason, but with Phillip, maybe I would have had a slightly better chance. Not as much overthrows and stuff. A little more accurate. But, I mean, looking back, I think we made the right decision. Looks like we're advancing to the actual off season now. But 11 overalls is amazing. It's great to get out rookie season. Boom, 11 overalls. So that's great to see. Like I said, would like to get the interception number down, which I'm sure it will as we get going. We get more in rhythm. We have a new playbook. I guess I'll tell you that right now too. I switched my offensive playbook to the 49ers. That was my number one option. It came to me, fell to me. I was blessed. I was like, please, There's a couple playbooks I can choose that are okay, but I really want the 49ers playbook, and it fell to me. So we will be having hopefully a better rushing attack, because there were some games where we were struggling running the ball. Hopefully the 49ers playbook can generate some better offense for us. Not that our offense was bad, but I think the 49ers fits for what I want to do on offense this coming season. So excited to use that. Rushing, you can't say enough. Jonathan Taylor, he did get the rushing title. 378 carries, 2,266 yards, average of 6 per carry, 30 touchdowns. He didn't fumble a single time, which is crazy. That is just absolutely crazy. Broke 23 tackles, 474 yards after contact. His longest rush was at 75, and all that on only 592 downs played. I mean, the dude's a freak. There's really nothing else to say about him besides he's just an absolute monster. He went up to 83 overall. He started at 73. Now he's an 83, so he went up 10 overalls. And with the end of season awards, he actually did go to Superstar too. And I forget if it was a YouTube comment or a Twitch comment, but someone said his first ability is usually Spin Cycle, which is exactly what he got. He got Spin Cycle, which was pretty good last Madden. I had it with Saquon, and it was actually really good last Madden. I don't know how good Spin Cycle is this Madden, so we'll see if that helps him. But he is at Superstar development now, which is nice. The only thing I will say about JT is there were some games where he was pushing like 25 plus carries, and I got lucky. He got banged up like 2 or 3 times throughout the season, but was able to play through all of them. And I think that was just a little bit of luck. Obviously, with last Madden, if you watch that, Saquon was injured a lot and missed a lot of games due to injury. So I think I don't want to have Hines run the ball that much just because he's too small. But I might get someone in free agency. I'm not a big Jordan Wilkins fan. He's like 27 or 28. What is he, 27? I'm really not that big of a Jordan Wilkins fan. So I actually might cut him. But I would like to maybe either draft like a guy in the really, really later rounds to just spell JT like maybe 3 carries a game or something, just so Jonathan Taylor just can get the extra rest. I know we always throw in Hines to spell JT and stuff like that, give him some rest, but I don't know. I think it'd be nice to have another runner. Hines I don't want to run the ball with, so I think that'd be a good option for us. Hines, on the ground, he did what he doesn't run the ball much. 27 for 158 and 2. Did get a fumble. He also had a fumble receiving through the air, so I don't know if I guess that doesn't count as rushing fumbles. Deontay Johnson, we'll skip his stats for now because, he was on the team. Paris Campbell, 11 rushes, 124 yards, 11 yards per carry. Monster. 2 rushing fumbles, which is just unfortunate. 6 broken tackles. With the 49ers playbook, I can do a lot more with Deontay. Even Deontay Johnson can get involved in the sweeps and the little screens and stuff. So I'm very excited to use that playbook with both these guys. I really am. You see it in real life. Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, they got all these weird freaking dump-offs and touch passes. And I think it's going to be fun to utilize both these guys in that aspect. Eason, 41 for 80. Didn't really run the ball too well with him. 7 fumbles. Got to work on the fumbles with him. Definitely got to work on the fumbles there. Hines actually went up 2 overalls as well. So he started at 75. He's at 77 now. Not too shabby for him. Moving over to receiving, Paris Campbell led the way in yards. Not receptions. Hines actually led our team in receptions, which is kind of crazy. It's I wouldn't say it's bad, but I would like a receiver to be more dominant. Pittman has games where he's like, oh my god, yes, this dude looks like a monster. Then he has games where he just disappears and he's never getting open. So we'll see how next season pans out. Mo Cox obviously only started later towards the season. Now we got Deontay Johnson in here, which is interesting, which he didn't really do much last season. 46, 688, and 4. But starting with Paris Campbell, he's went up 4 overall, started at 72, now is a 76, and he is at star development. So great to see for him. Got the star development early on in the season, had a dev chance for him, but 58 receptions, over 1,000 receiving yards, and 7 receiving touchdowns, along with the 100 rushing yards. Couldn't have asked for a better slot receiver. This dude's a monster in the slot for us. He makes plays happen. He's a deep threat receiver. I'm very excited, like I said, to use him with this playbook. Hines, um, he's just crazy. Out of the backfield, it's got to be one of the best pass catchers in the league. Out of the backfield, 71 catches, 854 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. Hines, I mean, this is why I wanted to keep him. This is exactly what I wanted to do with him. Maybe a little bit too much of a workload. I don't know if I expected 71 catches and almost 1,000 yards for Hines, but it's definitely what I wanted to do with him. I wanted to get him involved in the screen game, and with the 49ers playbook, there's screens, there's all kinds of shit going on, swing passes. We can get Hines involved in that way. I just think this playbook fits perfectly for how I want to run the offense. Michael Pittman struggled very, very bad throughout the beginning of the season. Then after the bye week, he kind of got into rhythm and had an okay season. I'm not going to say it's a great season. I wouldn't say it's a bad season. He started at a 71 overall, now is a 78, which is, pretty decent growth there. 7 overalls, that's not too bad. Had 44 catches, 673 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Led our team in receiving touchdowns. I wish the numbers were a little bit higher. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe Ty, being that number 1 and he was number 2, so maybe that's why he was a little low. I'm still not too sure who I want to start as my number 1 receiver. If I want Pittman there, Deontay Johnson. Still trying to figure that out. Obviously, they're both going to be out wide. I just don't know which one's going to be the 1 guy and which one's going to be the 2. So still thinking about that. But Pittman, I would say had an okay rookie year. Nothing too crazy. Jack Doyle, he's now our fullback, 39 for 5, 89 and 4. I'm excited to see Jack in the use check role where I could still give him the ball, through the air and stuff. Mo Alley-Cox came on late, and what a season he had late. 25 for 405 and 5, along with Colby, who had 18, 191 and 3. These are the tight ends of the future. Both of them being freaking freaks. This man's 6'5", this man is 6'7". Both got signed to 3-year deals, so very excited to see how they progress. Mo started at a 66, now he's a 71, so he's got up there a little bit. JT's caught some passes. Really don't expect much through him through the air, so 10 for 124 and 1's kind of just like the cherry on top for him for being an absolute unit. Overall, I think most members, it wasn't really a bad season, I would say, for them. Some spots I would like to see, like Michael Pittman. I hope next season has a little bit more receptions, a little bit more yards, like maybe 800 to 900 yards would be nice. That's just what I kind of expected, but blocking, not really much to say. These guys are monsters. Quentin Nelson only allowed 1 sack. He's just an absolute freak. I will show you their overalls, though. Quentin Nelson went from a 94 to 96, and Anthony Costanzo, his contract is up, and I actually have to re-sign him next season, which I think I'm going to, but he did regress 3 overalls. Excuse me, my throat is falling apart. He was an 85 at the beginning of the season. Now he's an 82. Still not bad, but we'll see what he's asking for next season. Probably won't be that long of a deal, so I think I'm willing to give him 1 more contract. We'll just have to see, like I said. But did regress 3 overalls. Ryan Kelly went from an 85 to an 86. Obviously want the man to stay. And Braden Smith went from an 82 to an 83. Definitely want him to stay as well, which I have to re-sign a lot of linemen next season, so I don't think I'm going to go too crazy in this offseason because I got to re-sign Quentin Nelson. Got to re-sign Braden Smith. And I have to re-sign Anthony if I want to as well. I also have to re-sign Jabril and I think Naeem Hines. There's a lot of people I got to get figured out next season. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, our tackles leader was Darius Leonard with 111, followed by Bobby with 106. Both of them, with the end of season rewards, actually went up to superstars. So now we have 2 superstars on defense, which is just absolutely brilliant. JT went up with the end of season rewards. We only had 3 people go up with the end of season rewards. It was Jonathan Taylor, Darius Leonard, and Bobby Okereke. And I'm excited to see how they are. Darius Leonard definitely deserves superstar dev. He got unfakeable, which is okay. I have to be usering him. I'm pretty sure, and cannot be faked out when I have to be usering him. But I click on all the time. So unfakeable, I'm not too worried about that. But this is the one I gotta fucking a coupon. I mean, defenders with this ability are granted a free pass rush move once per play after spending a pass rush point. I'm going to be honest. I have no clue if this ability is good or not, so I'm going to leave that to you guys in the comments to let me know if this is a good ability or not. I have absolutely no clue. Bobby, I forget what his abilities were that he got, honestly. Oh, pick artist. Defenders with this ability have a higher chance to catch uncontested interceptions and when they have unlimited stamina on the return until they use a move or something, which is actually pretty good because I use her Bobby a lot. So to have a higher chance at picking them uncontested ones is awesome. So I'm actually okay with that ability because we left a lot of picks out there this season. We definitely did a lot of picks. Darius Leonard, he went up a couple overalls. He was started at 85 and now is an 87. Bobby started at a 72 and now at a 75 and superstar. He went up 2 devs this season. Got star during the season and then superstar at the end of the season. Jabril Peppers coming in at 3rd in the tackles. He went up a couple overalls as well. He started at 80 and went to an 82. So good to see Jabril, being a beast, doing what he does. Malik Hooker went from an 82 to an 84. Good to see him, making things happen as well. Let's just move over to the sacks. Oops, that's not it. That's tackles for a loss. Bobby and Leonard being monsters, but sacks. This is why I wanted to bring in more talent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 people get sacks. We only had 5 people get sacks. Buckner had 15. Trey somehow got 4. The Trey was very underwhelming. I was hoping for like 6 or something out of him. Leonard at 3. Jabril at 2, Lewis at 1.5. Justin Houston had a couple sacks, but it doesn't show it up on here. He probably had like 3 sacks. It's not good, man. It's not. So that's why I brought Shaquem in. I'm not expecting Shaquem to go crazy and get like 10 plus sacks or something absurd, but I'm just hoping for something a little different. I mean, sometimes people are just chilling back there in the pocket, so maybe with a little bit of speed, he'll be able to get around the edge a little quicker or something. I don't know. We got to try something different to generate more pass rush because DeForest Buckner tried his hardest, man. 15 sacks is amazing, and he tried his damn hardest. Like I think it was like 5th in the league in sacks. So he really tried his hardest. He started at an 87 overall and got to a 90 and X Factor. So great to see there. Another reason why I didn't re-sign Autry is he also regressed 2 overalls, so he went down a little bit, so I'm not going to re-sign him on that. But we got to generate more pass rush. I'm hoping for a good season for Shaquem, if he can get within, because he's not going to be playing every down. If he can get somehow between 6 and 9, I will be so hyped. I will be so hyped if he can somehow get between 6 and 9. 9 being amazing, 6 is okay, this is why we brought you in here. 6 sacks, I can live with it. Teray, I don't know. I guess what is the man's stats? I guess his block shedding is dog shit, so maybe that's why. 67, not good. Excuse me, not good, man. Our interception leader was Jabril with 7. Jabril's a monster. Rocky Sin had 6. Rocky Sin went up 2 overall, started at a 75, went to a 77. Marvell Tell should be up there. He had a lot of drop picks, but he actually went up a couple overalls as well. Started at a 70, went to a 74. Julian Blackman, who's in on certain packages, got 3 picks, which is nice to see. He went up 2 overalls, was at a 69, went to a 71. Kenny Moore, he went up 2 overalls as well. Started at 80, went to an 82. Anthony Walker he didn't progress a single overall, which sucks. It really does, and he really didn't do fucking much, man. 14 solo tackles, 32 total, 2 tackles for a loss. I mean, not a good season for Anthony. I think that was another very underwhelming. Him and Teray were probably the most underwhelming on the defensive side of the ball. I expected more. I didn't expect anything crazy from Teray or Anthony Walker, but I just expected more. And something to monitor. I don't know if I want to keep him on the squad if this is how he's going to perform. But, it happened. Things like this happen. With the Giants, we had Lorenzo Carter, who was doing terrible for us. And then, year 2 and 3, he was a god. So, I mean, it could get turned around. It can definitely get turned around. Moving to kicking, Rodrigo Blankenship, missed only 2 extra points. missed 5 field goals, banged at 53. He was a rookie last season. He's a monster. He's going to be here forever probably. I'm very excited about him. Rigoberto Sanchez, probably going to keep him as well. Not really seeing anything different there. Paris Campbell, probably staying as our kick returner. Hines is probably staying as the punt returner. And that is that for our stats. We did have 7 Pro Bowlers. Usually, whoever advanced from past the Pro Bowl stage, usually we take a picture of it to see like if it was QB1 or QB2 on the roster, but whoever did it advanced too fast, so I couldn't see that, but I did get to figure out who made the Pro Bowl. We had 7. Jacob Eason made the Pro Bowl. Jonathan Taylor made the Pro Bowl. Nyheim Hines made the Pro Bowl, probably as a special teamer, I'd guess a punt returner, I'm assuming. We also had 2 offensive linemen, Anthony Costanzo and Quentin Nelson, both made the Pro Bowl. And we had 2 defensive Pro Bowlers in DeForest Buckner and Jabril Peppers. Nothing really too crazy there. Hines making the Pro Bowl was a little bit interesting. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that's on special teams as a punt returner. But we'll go ahead and look at just the league leaders. We'll skim through this part real quick because I'm rambling on like crazy. Most passing yards this year, Patrick Mahomes, 5,962. Also shattered the touchdown record with 60 touchdowns, 15 picks, just blowing everyone out. I mean, the second was 46, which is a little insane. Interception leader was Sam Darnold with 44 interceptions. Rushing leader, told you it was me, Derrick Henry, right behind me, but we had it with 2,266. Second on the rushing touchdowns, Josh Jacob had 33. He did fumble, so we'll take the win on that one with no fumbles. Moving over to receiving, receptions leader was Henry Ruggs with 125. Receiving yards, Mecole Hardman with 1,999. Probably another reason why he decided to get rid of Tyreek Hill, as he definitely outplayed Tyreek Hill. 22 receiving touchdowns, and also led the league in receiving touchdowns. So the Mecole Hardman takeover, it has came. We'll skip that. Defensively, Deion Jones led the league in tackles with 153. Also led the league in tackles. Oh, he did not. Grady Jarrett did with 31. Jesus Christ, dude. Could you imagine getting that many? Look at how many tackles for loss. These dudes got 56 tackles for loss just in these 2 players. That's insane. Sack leader, Aaron Donald, 23. I mean, clearly ahead of everyone. The dude's an absolute freak. DeForest Buckner was 4th, which, like you said, I cannot complain with that. That's a great season for him. Geno, 16.5. Myles Garrett, 15.5. Buckner in 4th with 15. That's why we need to give the man some help. He's doing this much by getting double-teamed, and he's still feasting. He needs help. If we can get some better pass rushers to put beside him, some things could happen. Some great things could happen on the defensive side. Justin Simmons lead the league with 18 interceptions there. Pass deflections, we have Trey Flowers somehow, someway. Don't know how that's possible. 32. Catches allowed, which is kind of a lame stat. A bunch of Buffalo Bills up there. Catches allowed is so lame. Forced fumbles. Jabril, I mean, this is why we brought him in. He makes plays. He got 7 picks, forced 6 fumbles. Dude's a freak. Dude is an absolute freak. Best kickers, Jake Elliott's up here at the most field goals made with 41 field goals. That's a lot of field goals. I guess Tressway has a lot of punting. Good for him. And good, I guess we can go yards. We'll see who has the most yards. Justice Hill with 463. And what do we got here? Curtis Samuel, 2,100. That's a lot of kick returns. Jesus. 81 kick returns? Must have been taken out like every kick he was trying to get. We'll breeze over to the yearly awards here. MVP was Patrick Mahomes. Jonathan Taylor came 3rd on the list. He was the only Colts for that. Coach of the Year, Pete Carroll with 15-1. Frank Reich came 3rd. I mean, that's not too bad if you ask me. We'll start with the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year, Miles Sanders. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Antonio Gibson. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Terrell Burgess. Best quarterback, Tom Brady. Best running back, Miles Sanders. Best wide receiver, Michael Thomas. Best offensive lineman, Lane Johnson. Somehow he stayed healthy. Aaron Donald, best defensive lineman. Best linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Best DB, Jalen Ramsey. And best kicker, Joey Sly. Moving over to the AFC. Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. We had Jonathan Taylor come in 3rd, and I thought we had another one, but he must have been bumped out. Defensive Player of the Year, Justin Simmons. Jabril was on here. Yeah, he stayed. So he's 8 right now, which is good to see. DeForest Buckner was on here too, but he must have bumped out. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jonathan Taylor wins it. I was pushing for him. Gets the rushing title and Rookie of the Year. Love to see that. Jacob Eason came in 4th, so not too shabby there. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Justin Sternad. Not really sure how you say that. No Colts. I didn't really start. No rookies on defense this year. Best quarterback was Patrick Mahomes. Jacob found himself at 4th for that. Best running back just slightly got beat out by Josh Jacobs. Those 3 rushing touchdowns that were extra probably were the reason for it, which is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but, you know, JT at 2nd, not bad. Mecole Hardman is our number 1 wide receiver. I don't think we had any Colts yet. No Colts there. Best offensive lineman, Big Q, wins that. Quentin Nelson obviously wins that. Dude's a monster. Ryan Kelly at number 8. Braden Smith at number 10. And Costanzo made the Pro Bowl, and he's not even top 10 apparently. So I mean that's what 4 offensive linemen being monsters. I mean, you can't ask for a better line than that. Best defensive lineman, Gino won that. DeForest Buckner finds himself in 4th. Best linebacker, Justin wins that. Bobby found himself in 6th for that. Bobby had a pretty good season. Justin Simmons is our best DB. I think Jabril's on here somewhere. Yeah, number 9. And best kicker, we have Daniel Carlson. I don't believe Rodrigo made this. Yeah, he did not, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we won a couple awards there. Got the rushing title, got Offensive Rookie of the Year. Not too shabby, if you ask me. But we are currently into the offseason, which is great. My next video will be at the end of the offseason, probably in free agency stage 3 or 4, once most of the signings are done. And then I'll catch you guys up on some more trades. I'm not going to tell you too much about what I want to do in the offseason, but don't expect anything too crazy. I don't think I'm going to go too wild. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But just a quick overview of everyone on the season. Jacob, great rookie season. I'm proud of you, man. Jonathan Taylor, beast. Hines, beast. Jack Doyle's a fullback. We love to see that. Pittman, a little underwhelming, but I'll take it. Okay, Paris Campbell, great season. Excited for Deontay Johnson in the future. Jack Doyle, you know, monster. I'm excited to have him at fullback, actually. Really am. Mo Cox has had a great end of the season. Colby as well. Excited to use these two in the future. Don't know if I'm going to re-sign him or not. We'll see what his contract is next season. Beast. Mark, probably not re-signing him. I don't see me re-signing him. He's got 1 more year, so he'll walk, and maybe Pinter takes the job after or something, or maybe we draft a guy. Not too sure there. Braden Smith, monster. Teray, very underwhelming. I think he's actually up to re-sign either next year or the year after. So he's got to prove it to me next season, man. I want to see. I thought he would succeed, dude. He's young, 77 overall, 26. I mean, he's got some good speed. I thought, okay, maybe this guy's a bright, young, promising player. And he really hasn't done much. He did not do much, so hopefully a better season for him next season. This is probably the position I'm going to be putting Shaquem Griffin in. I'm honestly, either 2 things are going to be happening. I'm going to be drafting another defensive end early, or I'm going to be finding someone in free agency as well. Shaquem, like I said, he's coming in on passing downs. He's not going to be seeing the bulk of the work there. Ben showed me he's not ready for prime time. I don't want him there either. So someone else will come in and get a lot of snaps at right end in like my 4-3 packages and stuff like that, and on like first and second downs. So someone will come in. Don't know who it will be yet, but someone else will come in. Shaquem will come in as just a pass rusher. Pray to God he does something, because we got to generate something. DeForest Buckner, we got to help the man out. He's an absolute freak. There's a couple guys in free agency I'm eyeing to put right beside him that I think would be a good fit. Left outside linebacker, Darius Leonard, monster, nothing to say. Bobby, another monster, nothing really to say there. Anthony Walker, just like Teray, I expect a little bit better, dude. If you want to get paid, again, I'm going to need to see it next season, or else maybe it's time. Maybe we move you or something, because I'm expecting more from you, buddy. You're a decent little player. I got to see some more things out of you. Kenny Moore in the slot, I like it. Rocky Sin and Marvell Tell out wide. Nothing really amazing, nothing bad, but I'll take it for both of them. Both both still growing, both 25. Kenny Moore in the slot. We just got to get some more depth there. Maybe a couple of vets. Malik Hooker, I like a lot. Julian Blackmon, I also really like a lot. So still going to split these two. Don't know. I'll probably keep it the same rotation how I have it, where like my base packages, Julian will come in, and then Malik will come in on like nickel and stuff. I think I'll keep it with how I have it like that. Jabril, have to re-sign next season. Definitely want to re-sign the man. As you saw, 7 picks, I think it was, and 6 forced fumbles. He's a freak, and that's why we traded for him, because he's just an absolute freak. Kicker, that's the kicker. That's the punter. They'll stay here for a while. But that is that. I'm not going to get too in-depth with my off-season stuff. We'll talk about that once the off-season video comes out. Let me know what you guys think about the team, how they did as a whole. I mean, do you think I should move on from Toure? Do you think I should give him a chance? I'm giving the man a chance. Let me know what you guys think about anything on season 1 here, and I'll see you guys at the end of the off-season.